Good morning. How are y'all doing? Thanks for Victory for having this series, and I'm enjoying it. There's a couple of things that I wanted to talk to you guys about this morning that I found that was good in my business. And, a lot of things that I do in my business, each business is individualized. So you have to figure out what works best for your business. These are just some tips that as we're going through them, they may or they may not work in your business, or it gives you goals to work towards. So that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about goals to work towards. If you will put things down on paper, it will make things a lot easier. And specifically, we're going to talk about pricing. I put down on paper about 5 years ago where I wanted to be on pricing. And today, 2.5 years later, I am above where I wanted to be on pricing. And how I go about this is I started changing my mindset. And I see so many farriers, and I did it myself, when we're full, and I consider full when I can pay my bills and function as a household comfortably. I don't consider full when I can't shoe another horse. I consider full is whenever I can take care of my obligations comfortably and still have some money to do some things with the family that I feel are important. And then from that point, which I'm about 65 to, let's just say 60 to 80% full, is what, as far as maximum capacity on horses that I can shoot. And what I see as an industry that we do, when you get to that point and you need to put that number down on paper, what you need to live. And that tells you how full you need to be. So when I reach that number, what I do is when a customer calls me, they get a new customer price. And so what I found in my business is when they call, they get the new customer price. And I had a lady called last year, and this was a little bit of a story that I'm going to share with you. And she calls and she says, Pat, I've got, 27 head of horses, and I'd like for you to do my work. I had worked for this lady before, and she asked me, and I said, sure. And so she asked me, what was my price? Or I told her, I said, we need to talk about price. And I told her, and she said, why is it so much to shoe a horse? And I said, no, ma'am, at this point, you're not paying me to shoe a horse. You're paying me to miss time with my family, my kids, my kids' riding lesson, my son's baseball game. That's what you're paying me to miss. So it also allowed me to realize my value in my life. And so as I go, I take on the next 20, 40, 30%, whatever I decide those percentages are, at the new customer price. And I explain to them, and they know that I'm not taking on work for this price. I'm taking on work for the new customer price. And that's how business goes a lot of times. So it also allowed me to realize my value to myself. And if this 20, 30, 40% of customers think I'm worth this, and I think I'm worth this, why are the rest of my customers don't think I'm worth this? So then it allows me to go back to them and tell them what I think I'm worth. And then it's up to them to decide whether they think I'm worth that or not. But I've already got 20 to 40% of my customers at that price. And if, let's say, out of those 60% you have left, half of them fire you, you've got your 40%, you got your 30%, and if you think you were full at 60% capacity, you're already at 70% capacity, so you have a new customer price that day. And it allows you to figure out your value, it allows you to figure out your value with your customers, and it throws a little bit of a safety net in there where you don't have to worry as much. Just some things to think about. Thank you.